Hello, hello, welcome, Eric and Boyd. She agents. Wow. Is that she agents right there? No, it's not.
Oh no, actually, that's something different.
That's
But
bad branding. Should have had agents on top.
well,
Uh,
actually, I do. Actually, I do. If you give me a
oh yeah,
second.
after you remove a few things.
Yeah, yeah. I was. There we go.
Yeah, there
Yeah.
we go. The secret file of she agents. Now that's a project you
Yeah.
have in development, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah, yeah. I hope to get it going sometime this
And
year.
and
And
that's what you're
yeah.
going to lead off on with Indiegogo. Is that correct?
Well, I right now I'm debating whether I'm going to use that or not.
Yeah.
Um, it's kind of up in the air. Right now, I do like I said before with I at least wanted to try to get an ash can going this year. If
Yeah,
nothing
yeah,
else,
yeah.
at least an ash
Well,
can.
that's what I led off with. That's what Joe Sontag kind of led off with. He kind of beat me to the punch, but
Oh, okay. Well,
yep,
yeah, yeah. Excuse me, I'm about to
yep. You
sneeze
hadn't
there.
checked out the black and white, the Devil Flyer black and white ash can. It'll be coming down here in a little bit. I'll be putting the mail up for the main book up, and it'll stay up about 6 months. Because I cut the mail up for the ash can was only up for like a month and a half, so it was a little rush. And we have a
Right.
Lorenzo Slee stack, some
Oh, hey,
lizard.
Lorenzo. Right on.
I'll be
Yeah,
turning my,
yeah. I signed up for your ash can and everything, so I'm looking forward to it.
I didn't even save all the signups. Of course, I didn't have anything special for that one. Now with the other, when I put that mail up, there will be like a special sign up trading card or something like that. An incentive if you back the book. But yeah, I thank you for all your support, and
Oh,
it's been a trip. You were talking about developing she agents, and it's been the same thing with, of course, Vic King.
yeah.
Uh, I haven't even had time to ask him if he's coming on this Sunday, but he'll probably be on this Sunday. I can't promise anything because I haven't confirmed that with him yet, but
Yeah.
uh, he's the kind of a staple on Sundays. Um, but we can give the poor guy a week off every now and then too. But he's been doing some development when he's not talking about scat, as you and I both know. Um, he's a little insider joke there. Everybody will get it. Is it an insider joke if everybody gets it?
Oh, I don't know. Well,
We like to
it's
pose, inquisitive questions about here, and we have a tree goblin in the house. Good morning or good
a
evening to you.
good
Yeah, and
evening,
and
Tree
and
Goblin.
Gat just showed up, or he's just chimed in anyway.
Oh, right on.
Uh, and Rex, there's something wrong with your mic. Oh yeah, is it
Hmm.
is it echoing? It may be that I've just disabled my camera. I don't know, and I'm kind of
It,
doing it, direct so that, well, anyway, um,
oh, you
you'll
sound
learn.
fine here.
Okay. Well, I'll improve it here in a minute. I wanted to leave the camera off because I've still got a few things to gather up from my Bill Black collection. Of course, I can't show everything today, but I'll show a bunch of stuff
Right on.
that I've gotten, and most of it's signed. I think I got him in the signing business, Eric. Back in 2014, his wife was going through chemotherapy for cancer.
Mhm.
I was trying to help him out financially. Just discovered him on eBay. I'd been on eBay almost 20 years now, selling and shipping off stuff, and of course buying. So I bought probably about $1,500 worth of stuff within about 6 weeks from
Oh,
him,
wow.
and had him sign nearly everything.
Wow.
Uh,
Yeah. And I'll just throw in here, just in case anyone popping in isn't familiar with whom we're talking about. Bill Black. He was the creator of the one of the longest running independent comic book titles called FemForce for AC Comics. It's been, I think, damn near 35 years now. He's about to hit a milestone. Well, although he's no longer quote unquote actively involved with AC, he's given the reins over to Mark Heike and his
Yeah,
wife's.
Mark Heike. I
Yeah.
think I've got some artwork by him. He's
Oh
been
yeah,
working
he's
alongside Bill for a long time, hasn't
yeah,
he?
yeah,
And
absolutely.
Eric, I'll mute myself. I will correct that. I will correct that tree goblin. I know what the problem is. It's not a problem. It's just the way I'm doing it today. Which with my uh, camera off. But I'm going to stick my camera on here in a minute. But I did want to look for some things. Thank you, Gap, for like you say, share the stream. Please hit the like button. Always appreciated. But before we get started on Bill Black, too in depth, and
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
interested to hear about that. We do have at least a couple hours. I don't know how long you've got, Eric, but uh,
However long you can tolerate me, I'll be here.
okay. Well, thank you for coming, and we'll see you later.
Okay.
No, no, no. We love Eric around here. I'm glad to meet you and make your acquaintance and catch some of your streams on your YouTube channel.
Thank
Is
you.
there any way that you can drop the link to your YouTube channel in the chat, or maybe someone will do that for us? If somebody could drop Eric's, if not, maybe Eric can do it himself here in a minute.
Yeah,
Uh, he
yeah.
does do draw streams. He's got the camera set up, and show them some She Agents and some of your other projects before we get started on not only Bill Black but public domain characters.
Sure. Okay. Yeah, yeah. Thanks, Rex. Thanks for having me here. Um, and like I was telling Rex a little bit earlier, I have hopes of trying to get at the bare minimum an Ash Can going for one of my comic book projects, and it's called the She Agents. And I will explain the acronym a little bit later. It's pretty simple, but I don't want to say too much. Maybe someone can guess it. But we're talking about FemForce, and I created the characters and the team several years ago. I was largely inspired by AC Comics FemForce title. I just wanted to come up with a team that could quote unquote kind of rival them, in terms of powers and everything. But that wasn't my initial goal. Was have like a combat or a crossover. Nothing. I was just kind of inspired by the whole concept of an all female superheroine team. There are other comic book titles that do have mainly female characters. I believe Dan Sen. I don't know if I'm pronouncing the man's name correctly, but he has a title called the Sorority of Power. Um, and they're all female characters, and he's an independent publisher creator as well. But anyway, and that was my the catalyst for the She Agents. I just wanted to create a team, kind of covering good girl art slash bad girl art with not just the superhero characters, but with the villains as well. And eventually, I will have some male ally heroic characters show up. But for the initial run, the initial stories is going to be primarily female centric, and there's a reason for the team getting together. And before I ramble on too much, I just want to show some of the concept art. Maybe some people have seen it, maybe you haven't. But this is a character I call Princess Vanna Strong. She's from another planet, of course. Um, she is a royal protectorate on her planet. She's superpowered. She's born from a royal family, but in her lineage, there are several superpowered members of the royal family, and she lives on a small planet. And her goal is, of course, to protect the populace from threats and no evil, that sort of thing. I'm going to give a little bit to forgive me for not having a better setup with the camera and everything, but and just a basic rundown. She has super strength. She has flight powers. She also has a pretty high degree of invulnerability. She can survive space, and she also has a unique gift of being telepathic, which enables her to understand, comprehend, and communicate with other sentient beings. She has instant knowledge of language in that regard. But through a series of events, she ends up on Earth, and she ends up meeting several other characters. And I won't give away too much of the story here, but just a basic synopsis summary of it. She meets up with other.
Come on, spoilers, give it all away.
Yeah, she meets up with other characters, and that's the basis of the formation of the team. And this is another concept sketch I did, and there's a reason for her costume. I know maybe hopefully she's not too buxom here, but I explained several things, in the story as to her costume, and she also has antenna, which you can see, which kind of sprout out from the goggles on um, her helmet here, and she has three fingers, three toes, and she has parallel eyes like a reptile, and kind of pointed ears. It may be kind of a common trope and everything, but
Any reason for that, Eric? Why she is it just to make her look alien?
well, yeah, there's that, and but it also enabled and again, kind of hitting back at her other physiological aspects and attributes. It enables her to see in various spectrums. Well, that's her part of her genetic makeup, but and this is a piece
Well, I was
yeah.
thinking
Go
more of
ahead.
her three fingers and three toes.
Oh, that's just her. Yeah, there's no reason really particular for it. I just wanted to know her from human, uh, you know, with the three fingers and three toes. Just why not? So I really can't give any other explanation than that than just I wanted to differentiate her from humans or other humanoid characters a little bit. I try to make her look at least a little bit not too human, a little bit humanoid, but make sure that she has a difference in her appearance and everything. Um, and you're probably familiar, Rex. I know we talk about FemForce. FemForce has the alien superheroine Stardust, um, and she. I was a little bit inspired by her, but some other characters too. Um, but anyway, this is Rock Baker, who had also worked on FemForce. He was fortunate to commission him to do the pencils on Princess Vanna Strong, and I did the inks on her. And here she is battling a missile rocket that's shooting a laser. Hope and again, forgive my poor setup with the camera, but that's her there. Excuse me, but that's her. And again, and her name is translated into Earth English as Princess Vanna Strong. So that's. But anyway, but again, through a series of events, she ends up on Earth, and she ends up meeting other characters. And this is the character who ends up being the leader of the She Agents, and her name is Commandant Comet. Um, she doesn't know she has these superpowers. I will give just a minor spoiler. She was actually a police officer, and then she ends up meeting the other characters from the She Agents and discovers she has these powers, and she has flight. She has kind of mid-level invulnerability, but she can manifest a force field not only around herself but around others as well. And she has a energy manipulation, some magic as well. I will explain a little bit more to detail, in the story what she can do, and of course she can fly. But and she's very intelligent, and she has a lot of heart, and that's why she becomes the leader of the She Agents. And this was artwork. Again was fortunate to have commission from comic book artist Stephen Butler, who had worked on Spider Man and Silver Sable, Mighty Crusaders. Sonic the Hedgehog, and his own take on Amazing Man of all, So I was really lucky, and he did a really knockout job. I just, I sent him a basic description and a design outline, a sketch, and he went really full force with it, and I was so happy with it. But yeah, that's by Stephen Butler. And let me take a look here. I'm kind of getting. Oh, this was a sample page I was working on for Princess Strong here, but anyway, I'll put that to the side. And that's just a print of Commandant Comet. And then I ended up, I was kind of testing out colors on, although it's going to be a black and white comic, but I was just kind of testing out colors on the costumes. And this was the one I came up with, kind of a combination of pink and yellow. So, excuse me, her hair is kind of auburn. But
yeah, it's amazing. Where did you get like your film force from, your AC connection? I mean, because you used to have a large collection till you sold it off.
Yes. No, just well, I'll actually. Oh, that's a good thing you're bringing this up, Rex. I bought a number from and some titles from eBay. I actually bought like issues 1 through 10 were in absolute near mint condition, never been read. I bought those from via eBay, and then various titles from not only eBay but from the AC Comics website. And I think I don't know if I can get on to YouTube without causing a problem here, but I also bought some from AC Comics website and through comic book writer Mark Holmes, who also wrote some stories from For Fem Force. And speaking of Mark, I don't know if you are game for this or not, but it would be great if you would consider having Mark on maybe sometime. He said he'd be open to it if you're open to it.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
He's not only written for FemForce, but he's also appeared in several movies that Bill Black has put out, recent ones. As a kind of a side character actor.
And Lorenzo, I did give Jackie a wrench, so it's good to see Jackie in here for the first time. Do you know Jackie, Eric?
No, I don't know who that. No, hello, but okay. I don't know who it is. But
she says hello. It looks really nice, your stuff.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that quite a bit. And if you bear with me a minute, I'm going to try to go to the YouTube side and see if I can post a link for a few things, if it'll let me. I always have trouble with StreamYard and the YouTube. I don't know if it's
J Dollars in the house and JV.
Hey, J Dollar, body rub party. We don't need 10 people in here. Okay, but that's a Commandant Comet. And let me take a look here. And then another character who shows up.
Are you gatekeeping in here? Is that it? We don't need 10 people in here? What?
I don't
now, Shadowhawk, I did send you the link. I'm sorry, I was just strapped for time. And if you want to come in here, absolutely, please. Thank you. Did send the link over Instagram for you. Sorry about being late with that, buddy.
Oh, you're on Instagram too, Rex?
Oh, yes. I haven't posted that much. I frankly put up my first stuff as reference for Vic to go by for my characters as he was developing them. That was a point I was wanting to make earlier. You were talking about developing she agents and other things, and that's pretty much what I've been doing some with Vic, having him not reimagine. He's going by my designs, but he's doing it in his style. So, and doing model sheets. I think he's done 2 or 3 model sheets for me, turned around. And then that's good universally to give to other artists and say, okay, here's the character. And so I've been getting a lot of stuff like that I didn't initially intend done. But nonetheless, there it is. I'm very happy with the progress. And I wanted, and you can always print those model sheets. I mean, it's artwork, looks shows the character off good. I
Sure.
mean, one thing I want to do is do with my campaign is something like this. This is a DC one that I got off eBay. You remember the 3-hole punch character sheets, and then on the back would be the stats and everything. There's Wild Dog.
Well, I didn't know they had those. I have some of the
Marvel.
Who's Who and the Marvel handbooks, But I know they had the 3-hole.
Right.
I forgot about them.
Well, Marvel did them, but I think they were a little smaller than this. But my ideal is to do character sheet, and then over here in the binder, if you wish, you can put the trading cards, and then another character, and then trading cards.
That's a good idea. I like that.
And I mean, at the same time, I'm getting single poses and things like that that can be used for this purposes as well as other purposes, and I've rethought, I was thinking about, you remember Marvel 25th anniversary had the John Romita Jr.
The border with all the
border of all the characters.
Yeah,
well, I wanted all my characters done like that. And I was thinking, okay, that'd be good on a cover. But what I'm going to do is have him do it, and then use that as my pinup border for pinups.
Sure. That's a good idea. I like those ideas, Rex. Those are pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean, that's the good thing, Eric. Don't feel bad about taking time to develop your ideal, because in development, I mean, I was trying to rush because of the For Fans Fest. I've been very open with that. I wanted to make the For Fans Fest, and actually have my book out in collectors' hands in, by October of this year. But now it doesn't look like that's going to happen, and I think that's providence. I think God's just given me more time to make it better, to get. I mean, frankly, the art's not rolling in as quick as I thought it would. Just the other day on Grave Tales, Doc Blaylock, right?
Sure. Yeah.
He's working on Grave Tales, one of the backup stories for me, and he splashed ink on the splash page.
Oh no!
That had the logo.
Literal.
He
took it literal.
He took it literal and ruined the page, so now he's having to redo it.
Oh, shit.
But these things happen, right? I mean,
yeah.
So,
well,
I'm just saying, take your time with it. Develop your ideals. Think about what you want to do. Like I took out, I don't think I got a big bump from my ads, but it's good exposure. I took out 7 ads in 5 different books, and I could have put them in different books as well, but in some I wanted 2 ads in alternative comics. And so that gives everybody a first look. It's good exposure. It gets, I just thought, it's coming out about the time that I thought, March 1st, that I would have this thing launch. But the thing of it is, you can't rush it, especially the mail order list. That's what they say. So I think there's a lot of people that want to get into the game, but like myself, but it's like, it's going to take me a little bit more time if I want to get the results that I wish to get with, and reach as many people as possible with it, and with Alterna, I kind of look at like Alterna, like AC Comics. I mean, they're about kind of like known in the industry like AC Comics, and yet AC Comics, like you said, it's getting ready to celebrate, or has, their 35th anniversary, which is no small feat. And before that, starting out in maybe late 60s, like 69 or 70 for sure. Okay, Paragon Publishing by Bill Black. So he's been in the game a long time. One of the few people out there putting out independent comics when there was no independent comics being distributed.
He was pretty much the pioneer with say pioneer, but one of the first with like during the 70s with what they call the pro zines or the fanzines, but he
Mhm.
went a little bit step beyond that. But we'll get into that later. But
Yeah,
yeah,
definitely. I want to show.
what yeah.
I want to show off some of his movies real
Yeah.
quick because that's what I was getting. Hopefully, Tree Goblin, my audio's better now. My camera's going. I just had it coming through the mic here where I could hear. I found out, where I can hear and then still speak. But if I have the camera on, it goes through these earbuds and I can't hear anything. Or I guess I could maybe disconnect. Can't talk today. Disconnect. And then also I've got some prints here. They're not by AC Comics, but they're a public domain characters, which I also definitely want to talk about, Eric. And if we don't get everything in today, you can come back and we can do it again. Unless they're wanting to burn you in effigy and say, Rex, don't ever have him on again. But I don't think they're going to do that.
Well, I hope not.
Yeah. Actually, I've been developing some ideals, and that I don't think that I would have been able to, I mean, I'm kind of disappointed that I can't get my book out by October this year, but really that's rushing it. I mean, building up your channel, getting known is a plus, as you know, but also, advertising, like through cheap rights like Alterna Comics is not a bad thing. I looked at it as a win because that would be coming out about when the Ash Can and I had a friend link it up with Q codes so they could watch the trailer, go to the campaign, and so that was something I wasn't expecting. Just working through him, I was working with a colorist. He didn't work out to color the main feature, but and I'm hoping to get it colored, but man, that's an expense, even on the cheap, it is expense to put out a color comic. Now there will be color in, I do have a 2-page story that has a little bit of color in it. I'm going to do something innovative for sure on Grave Tales. Not innovative, but something you don't see that often in comics. I think it was actually a suggestion by Vic King. And I said, that's brilliant, so why not adopt that? And, so some of it will be in black and white. Some of it will be, and I think that'll work out good because, I mean, for the Innerman story, he's sitting under a light. So it's supposed to be kind of contrasty. He's got a black and white costume. So it's supposed to be, now that will he be in color? We'll see if people like the character. I'm going to use him regardless if they like him or not, because it's all interlinking, and I will have you wanting to read any character that I put out. Hopefully, I mean, you'll have your favorites and stuff, but I mean, it's all about characterization and development, isn't it?
Yep.
And that's and that comes through time. I mean, and a lot of things. It seems like, Eric, in developing my stuff, everything that I rejected and put up barriers in my mind about, I'm now doing.
Well, that you have to test the water, so to say. I mean, see
had to
what
be
works.
flexible. You have to be flexible and able to change your thinking on some things.
That's what she said. But well, yeah, you have to be flexible. Yeah, get input. Feedback is always very, very helpful and constructive. But well, thank you, Jackie, for showing up.
Come back. We need some female representation around here.
Yeah, absolutely.
YouTube says we have 0, and there's a lot of women that come in here. I don't understand. Mrs. Good Stuff was in here yesterday.
Right on. Cool.
Yeah, and that's always a plus, right? Well, I quickly, before we get back to your stuff, because I still have some artwork and stuff to pull to show again.
Yes.
I want to show some of the things that I got from Bill Black. Now, he is a big B movie type fan, and I am too. And that's one reason. Hey, yo, there's Pops. Shadowhawk, like I said, I sent you the link if you want to come in. I don't think Eric would mind that much.
No. It's
Does
not up to
that
me.
mean you now have comics with humans serving lizards? No, but I can write a story like that for sure. And Sin Killer's here. I have to go to sleep. It sucks. Have a great weekend, Sinner. Well, watch it on replay, please. We'll be getting in. We really just been going 30 minutes. We haven't even deep dived into anything yet. But we're going to. We're going to grab our shovels, grab our oars, or whatever we've got, and deep dive. But now, TV Space Heroes, Space Patrol, Captain Video, Space Cadet. This is all 50 stuff. This would have been TV that inspired Bill Black. Tom Corbett, Space Cadet. I have a few old Tom Corbett comics. Vintage Space Adventures from the early days of television. 4 episodes starring Buzz Corey, Tom Corbett, and Captain Video, all with original commercials, plus chapter 1 of the theatrical serial Captain Video. And I may have that because I love old serials. Serials were like Saturday morning things. And it really was an inspiration for Star Wars, so don't discount them. But I bought like things like this that I'd not seen, from Bill Black. Now, he didn't sign this one. He kind of like through his company or whatever did it somehow, I think. And then Jules Verne, Mysterious Island. Richard Crane was the star in this Jules Verne fiction thriller. 15 thrilling chapters. So this is Mysterious Island, and it is a serial like we were talking about. Nice artwork, nice logo. And then there's the principal actors there. You might recognize them if you watch some old TV from the 50s and or some of the early. Now here's another serial, 15 thrilling chapters. Clyde Betty, is that right? Perils in the Lost City of the Jungle. Blonde Goddess, Batman, appear in it. It's in Darkest Africa here. It's a Republic serial. All in glorious black and white, but you'd see their poster that they used in the some colorized steels, and these were things that I ordered through Bill Black. I believe that's a gorilla, isn't it? Yeah. Grabbing that guy. Good stuff. Good stuff. And then Blackhawk. Now, he would go, Kirk Allen, he would be Superman, but he was also Blackhawk. And one thing I've got in there that I need to pull and bring in here and show you again is a reel by Blackhawk. And it's signed 3 times by Bill Black, I think. 3 times. But old reel with Black, with the cup, at least 1 chapter of Blackhawk on there. But here's the whole 15 chapters. Kirk Allen, who would later do Superman in the movies. I guess he was the first Superman in the movies. Kirk Allen also appeared, with Christopher Reeves. Well, a little caveat: he was in that movie, the Superman movie from the 70s. Now here we're getting into some Bill Black stuff. Okay, Brimstone, Angel Adventures. Eric, feel comfortable to chime in on some of these if you know something about them. Okay.
Well, I think regarding the movies and everything, quite a bit more than I do. I've only seen bits and pieces of them.
Okay.
So although
this is part of the Bill Black collection, like it says here. and he signed it here. He took the inserts out. He didn't sign it on the plastic, and he would often sign in metallic colors. There's his iconic symbol, signature, Brimstone Angel Avengers. This was part of the Bill Black collection, and produced by him and whatnot. You know, they're hokey, but I don't care.
Well, I have
It's
to
a lot
ask
of fun.
Rex. I have to ask Rex. I imagine you probably have it. Do you have the Night Vale Witch War?
I will show you everything I've got.
Okay, all
So,
right. I'm jumping ahead, but yeah. There we go. There we go. Yeah.
Signed in gold by Bill Black.
Awesome. Yeah, the beautiful Mary Capps and Maria Paris.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was the next one I was going to pull.
Oh, hey, so, there we go. Right on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, look at that.
Yeah, really.
Yeah. I mean, that's some good cosplay action, you know?
Absolutely.
And they're done in the spirit of like serials, although they're not in different chapters and serials, right?
Yeah.
Cheeserama. Filmed in Cheeserama. That's what it says.
I love his descriptions of everything.
Plus special features. Yeah, I mean, he's just having a lot of fun down there in Florida. And then also on here it says www.accomics.com. So good branding. Good branding.
And what I'm going to do real quickly, Rex, I'm going to post a link to Night Vale Media where you can. I'm not being endorsed by anybody, just a fan, but nightvalemedia.com where you can find the DVDs and back issues that you can download that you may not be able to buy anymore that aren't in print or available anymore.
Oh, they're hard to find on eBay.
Oh, they are.
Yeah.
You can't. Yeah, some of them have low print. As you know, some of the issues have low print runs, or hardcore obsessive fans just bought them all up.
They talked about Spawn going through lulls through the years and having some low print numbers.
Yeah,
I've got to believe that the AC Comics but another thing that he does, and I may have one of them here. I'll look here in a second. They have thick volumes. The reprint volumes.
Yes.
I mean, that are like $30.
Yes.
But they're thick, and they're that great Golden Age stuff represented maybe for the first time. So
they had the Golden Age Men of Mystery. That's one example.
Yes, I have a lot of those.
Yeah.
Yes. And they're all signed. Most of them are signed.
Oh, hey, that's pretty sweet.
Well, I bought some from him, and then I bought some on eBay. So I have even some I've done a video on it where I hit that box and was showing most of that stuff. But I may have the original Ghost Rider down here, and a personal letter by Bill Black. Oh yes, I do. All right. So here is Crypt of Horror Volume 10, AC Comics, signed by Bill Black. Sorry, this letter's in the right, but he signed it in silver down here in the black area, and then signed my little note.
Awesome.
And he says, "Sorry this took so long. I had to order it from AC Comics," which I thought he was AC Comics. So that was kind of a surprise to me.
Yeah.
And they were out of stock, but here it is at last. Thanks a million for all your support. It's a big help, Bill. Now, how cool is that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe subconsciously I took that from this. Of course, Grave Tales of Pre-Code Horror. So
that's possible.
And yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just thought Grave Tales. Actually, that was the last title I added. I like a cool sounding title, and I'm sure Grave Tales has been used, but here's here's proof positive, that it's been used. Still wrapped up. Gave $25.95 for it for this, and I have another copy of it. Well, no, not this one. Oh, and actually, this is a Frazetta cover, so I've got to show it. So he worked with Frazetta, I guess, or well, I don't know, worked with him, but I know one of his early Paragon ones that I have from like 1970 had a Jim Steranko cover.
Oh wow!
Yeah, did you know he worked with, or at least did?
No, actually,
Jim?
I didn't know that. I didn't know
Yeah.
that. I think I've seen it, but it didn't. I didn't remember. So
well, it's so early, his stuff, it doesn't really ring that, oh, that's Jim Steranko, because it's so early in his career.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. And on the gravestones, it was kind of like in a cemetery, like Jim Steranko put Bill Black in his own name.
Oh, little hidden gems and stuff.
Yeah. See, I put that bag within a bag. This is still wrapped up the way it was, the way he wrapped it up. There's now let me embiggen myself. There's one of his movies that he's advertising. The Ghost of Gargantua. I probably have that here. I don't know. I had to see. I'll have to unwrap it. This was wrapped up by Bill Black, I assume.
Well, we got Carol's Cookies showing up here, Rex.
Yes, I said hi to her.
Oh, did you? Okay, I'm sorry. Well, I don't think I did.
Oh, yeah, saying hi, you girls. Yeah. Always the provocateur.
Provocateur.
Yeah.
Stirring up that poop.
Huh?
Stirring up that poop.
Oh, yeah. There we go with the scat talk. And I was blaming Vic for that. Well,
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Yeah, nice how you had it in here, but it's probably better I take it out, But man, I need gloves on. This is black sensitive cover on the back. I don't want to touch this thing. Ooh, yeah. I'll slide it out and touch the cover. See, this had kind of holes in it. It's cracking. Because he does thick volumes, Eric.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
he does some big stuff. I mean, look at that. It was just kind of coming. Ooh. Stuff's starting to bend on me here. Or fall. Okay, so here's a DocuPrint note thing. 2011. Wow. So he must have just had that around. I've never shown this. So that's what he wrote on my note on the back of.
Cool.
And that was probably around 2015, could have been 2014, but probably was 2015. Yeah, I don't want to touch the back. The back's black ink. But I do want to show you this early Frazetta cover. This is volume 10, Crypt of Horror with Grave Tales. So they ripped me off. This volume was $29.95. Now, what did I give for it? I think I had it written on some tape. I saved my tape.
I'm just going to throw this in the Rex to anyone watching and listening. And I know it sounds like a lot of money for some of these books, but bear in mind that a lot of these the comics that they put out are large volume, large size.
Oh yeah, look at how thick.
Yeah, and there's a lot in it.
That's Frank Frazetta.
Oh, that is. Oh, wow.
Yeah, you can see his signature down there.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. Let's see. I've never cracked this. I've never looked in it. It's all black and white, but a lot in it. And it has Blood Feud and Ghost Gargantua. I mean, DVDs are here. I mean, talking about his DVDs again on the inside back cover. And then, has a bunch of these that I'm getting ready to show you featured on the inside back cover. So that's good advertisement for his movies. Let's see. I'll put this little gem. Now, like I say, $29.95. That's pretty hefty. Yes, you do get a lot, and you can't do better than a zombie like Frazetta cover, right? But I only gave $25.95 for it. So I think I got a deal, plus I got it signed by the publisher. You can't beat that.
Oh,
So less than cover price and got it signed by him. And I have a personalized note that came with it signed by him. How cool is that?
yeah, Rex. I just posted a link to the AC Comics website where
Okay.
and anyone interested can purchase some back issues or current issues and some comics that are about to be released. And again, I'm not being endorsed. Like Rex, I'm a fan. I'm not as hardcore fan as Rex is. I know a little bit, but not quite as much.
Oh, I
But
wouldn't say that, brother. I wouldn't say that.
But they're about to hit their 200th issue very shortly. So they've been around for a while. And
Taskmaster Dan uses gloves when he touches himself. Yeah, he doesn't know where he's been. We would expect that out of you. I like to lick my fingers before each turn.
that avatar.
Buy some gloves when you touch books and stuff. Yeah, and I've got gloves in there. I didn't expect only for the audience today will I do that. Okay. But now here's another one from the Bill Black collection, Monster Gorilla, and also signed by him here. April with human brain, lust after captive beauty on Horror Island. So some Cheesemo, probably filmed in Cheesemo.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love the actresses.
Copper there. Yeah.
I love
I mean, that's pretty nice looking actress, Got some good abs.
And he seems to have a fondness for gorillas.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, look at that. Now, this is a full-on suit, but that must be a transformation shot, where he's partially human. And, of course, she's got the scream down, and then, an old, I need to hide that. Nokia, the Jungle Girl. This is the return. Now, I like this actress. She was pretty good. Nicole Ray, weren't you talking about her?
Yeah, I was talking about how they put out a new take on Naoka, and the actress is really, she's quite the looker.
Yeah, and we'll show you what we mean. Another gorilla up here. Of course, a skull-like character, like Skeletor there. Signed by Bill Black there.
Yeah. You can find trailers for these movies, to watch for free on YouTube.
Probably on YouTube.
Well. I don't know. Yeah, on YouTube you can find them. If you just type in Naoka AC Comics, you can. I should have copied a link for it, but it's a lot of fun.
It goes all the way back to the 40s in the comics, but I know in the 50s and maybe in the 40s, right? She had serials.
She had a serial. That's right. Yeah.
And then here, Bill Black signed it up and down like this. Damsels in Distress. Now, this has some of that Nokia as well. Hosted by Stormy Tempest, which is one of his characters, I guess.
Yes. Yeah,
Jungle Girls, Cliffhangers, Bondage.
I could be wrong, but if I remember correctly, the original quote-unquote Stormy Tempest, or a lady with a similar name, she was a burlesque dancer back in, the 50s/60s, if I remember correctly.
Did what? No,
she was Stormy Tempest.
Oh, Storm. Oh, right. The name.
Yeah,
he kind of adopted the name.
Yeah.
Bill Black would know that.
Yeah.
Another gorilla. Yeah, but she was a good looker.
Yeah, really. Yeah, I really enjoyed. I mean, yeah, she's healthy.
She's healthy. Okay. Yeah, she's well. I mean, filmed in Cheesemo. I mean, look, they're like, oh, My breasts are exposed. You know, they're looking down, very Skeletor like.
Outrage and raging the SJWs around the world with Nyoka, the Jungle Girl.
Oh yeah, yeah. Signed right there, and then he does the binding and everything. Very nice.
Yes.
And these weren't expensive. Yeah, I mean you can go on there and
Yeah,
so it wasn't
yeah,
like you were paying a fortune for them.
yeah. I think the average price for like the DVDs are about $15 plus shipping and handling, somewhere on there. And if you don't want to get the physical media, you can also download them. And again, that's on nightvalemedia.com. And the link should be in the chat. So if anyone wants to, check them out.
Rex touches his stuff without gloves for the chat only.
Rex is a hands-on kind of guy, so
That's right. I'm all hands. Just ask the women. Yeah, signed up there. Yeah,
nice.
another gorilla. Oh, and looks like the same shot here. That we watched. So he does reuse some things, apparently. Yeah, she's I don't know how her acting skill was, but she was easy on the eyes.
Yes.
Yes. Eric's another gorilla. I know it's a little hard to see some of the scenes. Of course, he films out in Florida, I think, mostly.
Yes.
Because that's where he lives. But he's got some good Everglades and woods and stuff that he always films in. Here's Stormy Tempest, Rogue Justice, with a couple of his creations there. Quite buxom. I'll try and zoom in for Eric so that he can get a good look. Look at that pose. Wonder Woman. No. Stormy Tempest. Or is that Stormy Tempest? I forget which is which. All right. Now here's one that he signed, yet just kind of put out, I guess, and produced. It's not like a rare science fiction classic cliffhanger serial, but he even signed this for me. I regret that he didn't sign the other serials, because I guess he is producing these things, and you open it up and it's the chapters. He's got them like, if it's like a 15 chapter like this is, he'll put one room and then put the other disc in like a little thing, or at least I gave $16.95. So I put a little slip of my own in there. So I know what I gave for these.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, his signature alone's worth $16.95. And it looks, the Lost Planet, come on. Looks like a nice, Saturday morning romp on TV, if you ask me. And glorious black and white. Leading man there. And you get to see the old movie posters as well, which is pretty neat. Here's Stormy Tempest, Fight for the Future, signed by Bill Black. I'd say various running times on these. I haven't checked in a while.
That one's kind of iconic, that one there.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, now she looks like a female Evel Knievel. Yeah. Yeah. Night Vale, Gargantua, Film Force double bill. So you got the Ghost of Gargantua and Night Vale and the Sorcerer's Eye all on one, signed by Bill Black there. So Film Force has kind of made it into the movies, huh?
Yeah. We've talked about this, there's the Facebook fan group, the wish upon wishes to have a Fem Force movie created, produced. I don't know if that's ever going to happen, but one can always dream, But
Yeah. Now, what for you, Eric? What is the big allure besides the women
well, it's the
and their
women.
physique? Is it just?
No,
I mean, do you
it's
prefer to draw women characters?
I mean, as far as FemForce is concerned, is that what you're
Well, I
asking?
mean, in your own stuff. I mean,
Well, I mean, it's kind of a mixed bag. I mean,
Mhm.
I want to try to do the good girl art for one thing, but um, that's really hard to relate. I like the fun stories that FemForce has or had, and I want to try to keep that going with my title, a little bit more serious perhaps to a degree, but I just wanted an excuse to create and draw um, good girl art, bad girl art. I will admit to that, but just to display, that hey, there are female comic book characters that can appeal to not just males, but to female readers. I mean, because I'm not trying to do it in a cheesy way, but I just wanted to show that hey, there can be some great female characters that aren't stereotypical or there's no agenda involved, like certain publishers have been doing the last 15 years. But I just wanted to do a different take, just show what I can try to
Well,
share.
X-Men for a while
Yeah.
had
Well, yeah.
like a female team
Yeah. They
in the
had.
80s.
Yeah. Well, I forgot the name of that title. Actually didn't do too well for some reason. Um, they had an all-female character team, and I can't remember the name of the damn comic they put out. But anyway, that's just. I mean, there are several reasons why I'm doing this. I can't really give a definitive, concrete answer, but
Well, really didn't expect one. I've got the ever elusive Eric in Boyd. Um, Stormy Tempest, Attack of the Giantess. This is signed by Bill Black. Interplanetary hotshot grows supersized to battle evil creatures on an alien world. So it looks like a little Godzilla action going on here with the skyscrapers and stuff.
oh yeah,
He's messing with scale there, doing a little different. Um, little pew 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 action, with the guns, laser guns. I mean, all stuff he would have grew up watching those serials and those cheese mo, TV shows,
yeah.
like Flash Gordon in black and white, things like that. Blood Feud from Outer Space. This was a scary looking one. Always with the women, though, like you said. I think that's his preference. The Sangor syndrome. Yes.
I don't know. I don't know if I'm jumping ahead. I don't know if you have it or not, but they recently was like within the last 2 years they put out a Scarlet Scorpion movie.
I do not, and I'm going to have to go on eBay. I'm sure he's probably got those offered up and get some.
On the Night Vale Media website, he has it there.
Now this Angel Adventures. Now he's got on the website. He's probably got it on eBay too, though, right?
He might. I haven't checked it lately on Red Mask Emporium on eBay. I don't know if he has that there or not. I know he has several DVDs, but I know for sure on Night Vale Media the Scarlet Scorpion DVD is there because I just saw that.
I was going to answer Gap's question, but
Sure.
How did you know, Past Master Dam? I am a can crusher. I do save my aluminum cans. In fact, I was crushing some the other day. That man is scary. What he knows. Grows supersize, yeah, in Girthinator. Rex, how did you hook up on Bill Black movies? eBay. You want to talk about his website real quick? He goes under Red.
Yeah, it's on eBay. It's Red Mask Emporium.
Red Mask Emporium.
Okay. Yeah. So
the final one here. This was pretty good. The Metal Gypsy. Love that name. From the Angel Avengers, part of that, signed by Bill Black. Loved Metal Gypsy though, as far as, and she's not too hard on the eyes, you know. Yeah, I mean, check this out. Going up against one of his villains, you know.
Yeah, it's one of Bill Black's buddies. I can remember
Yeah,
his
well,
name.
one of his buddies.
But
Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
even with the
he showed up as a villain in several of his movies.
Yep, Red Mask Emporium on eBay. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's simply where I discovered him, and I told this story the other day. I bought a Golden Age comic from him. I don't know if there was anything else with it. It had Doll Man from the old. It was Australian, so it wasn't dated. So I really don't know how old it is, but I would say Golden Age Australian book from him.
Yeah,
and it got damaged a little bit in shipping. And I was a little peeved. So I was kind of telling him, and was kind of mad about it. And then I saw Bill Black, and I was smart enough to know who Bill Black was. And I said, "Oh, Bill, don't worry about it." You know. And then for the next 6 weeks, you know, I'm funneling him all this money, getting all his cheese mo, just about anything he had of worth on his site, you know. And we got to talking about, you know, it really helps, you know. His wife was in chemo at that time, and you know, I even wanted to exchange phone numbers because I thought, man, he likes all cereals and all these cheese mo, and he's older than I am. I actually have a picture now. I may not be able to produce it today. I'll kind of look back there here in a second, but I have a picture of him when he was a young kid reading a comic on a step. Bill Black as a kid. Wow. And he's reading a comic on a step, and he's signed it to this guy like at a convention or something. I don't know. And I bought that on eBay as well because, you know, I thought, man, that's great to get something signed by Bill Black, even though it's annotated to somebody else, you know. Sure. But to have him as a kid reading a comic on a step, like how many times in the 50s did that, and 40s and whatnot in life, did that happen with kids? You know, they go outside and play. Okay, so I'll take my comic and make it as far as the step and read it, you know.
Hey, Rex, I'm going to post a link. Bill Black has a YouTube channel, and he discusses his history with comics and publishing and artwork. And like, it's a 2-part series, and it's pretty informative. If you want to check it out, or if anyone else wants to check it out.
Well, you know, Bill Black is one of those creators that have flown under the radar, isn't he?
Yeah, I would say so. Although, you know, those, you know, people who do know about him and his work, you know, we're kind of borderline obsessed with everything. But
well,
but
I mean,
yeah,
I'm gonna go in there, and I'm gonna have you show some other things. We'll take a break from Bill Black, and then of course we've got to get into public domain characters before our time's up too. So, but we've got time. I've got a piece in there. Hopefully I can find it. I know where it is, I think, but I just have to go through more than one item to find that particular piece. John Buscema Tarzan cover that he inked. And it was an unused cover, but now they did use it like issues later. You know, they say, and I'll read it off there. It says, have you ever imagined what, you know, if Buscema did 2 covers, and it had another inker on the one that was actually used, but on that one that they kind of featured in the book, a later Tarzan book that they did, Bill Black inked that. So what are I'm curious, Eric, what are some other companies that you know of besides his own, you know, Paragon and AC Comics? What are some other companies he's worked for? Do you know? Obviously, he worked for Marvel because that was the Marvel Tarzan.
Yeah, that's the only thing I know of, is that he worked for a brief spell doing inks for inking on Marvel Comics. I want to
Okay.
say maybe he did something on DC, but like it might have been. But I can't say 100%
Yeah.
certainty. But
Now,
I know for
do
sure.
you know some of the titles he worked on besides Tarzan? That Tarzan piece
No,
over at Marvel?
offhand,
You
I don't
bastard!
know.
You
I
bastard!
know.
You
I
should
know.
know it. Damn it.
Well, I should know it. Oh, come on. I'm no expert. I just know a little bit, here and there. A lot more people know more than I do, that's for sure. But
Ah, yeah. Well, thanks for sharing that link. And again, that's his YouTube link.
yeah, that's his YouTube.
Oh,
And
cool! I've got to
yeah,
go subscribe to that. You
yeah, you
bet.
should. Yeah, because he discusses his history with comics and who he's worked for.
Oh,
And
cool.
yeah, he has a two-part series
Hey, we
where he
could get
talks
him
about.
monetized. He's only got 834 subscribers.
Yeah, it's been a while since he's put anything out, but the last time he's been on YouTube was on Vava Voom's YouTube channel. He talked with several people, including I brought up Mark Holmes. Mark Holmes is on there,
Well, looking
and
at his thumbnails there, are you sure that? Well, let's see. Maybe it's on the back of one. Are you sure this is not Bill Black right here taking on Metal Gypsy?
I think there's an actor who looks like Bill Black. I don't know. I can't remember. Um,
I mean, it may be one of his friends.
That might be him. It might.
Yeah,
be
that
him.
may be Bill Black right there.
But here's the funny thing: he has a buddy, an actor friend. I can't remember the man's name, but he looks a little bit like Bill Black as well. So I can't say with certainty.
Right.
But
I'm not sure I know what
him.
Bill Black looks like.
I think that was him. I think you're right. That probably was him.
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, from a few years ago, of course.
Yeah.
I don't even know how old Bill Black is. He's got to be in his 70s by now, doesn't he?
Yeah, he is. I don't know his exact age offhand, but
yeah. Yeah, I mean, I primarily knew Bill Black kind of like an inker. But now he does draw.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah. And
yes, he does.
Other things. So we will return in a minute. I'm going to go in there and get some more Bill Black stuff. We will get to the public domain talk. And in the meantime, Eric, if you'll be so gracious as to show us some of your work.
Okay. Well, thank you. All right. I'll just
be right back.
Sure. And again, hopefully I'll be able to get my She Agents comic / Ashcan going. But this is a character I named a Lady Valor. She has connection to the Arthurian, the King Arthur lore legend. I won't spoil too much here, but this artwork was by comic book artist Stephen Butler again. Several years ago, I had the good fortune to commission him when I had a little bit of money. He didn't charge much, but he did an outstanding
job. Eric, what the hell? We know you got a stash. Show us the stash. I mean, when you
of what?
Yeah.
Of what? Pennies?
Did you like become a comic artist and go broke all of a sudden? What the hell?
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
No.
No. Okay. Did you switch jobs?
No. I'm just talking about when I had a little bit of money saved up. That's all.
Yeah. Now you do conventions. You go to conventions, don't you?
I've been to a few. Just as a fan, I've attended a few, not a whole bunch of them.
Okay, but you got to meet some people, right?
Yeah. Actually, I did. Nobody really big. I saw a few bigger names, but I really didn't interact with them.
Well, now when we're talking about big names, Saturday at midnight, I co-host with Apex Comics, and on his channel, we're gonna interview Steve the Dude Rude.
Yeah, that's gonna be awesome.
And I believe I've met him at maybe Chicago Comic-Con in the past, back in the 80s. But I think I have met him at some convention. before, but we'll be
That's
interviewing him, and that'll be a hoot.
yeah, that's
If
gonna
you
be
don't get
awesome.
I know it's an inconvenient time for some people, early Sunday morning, but if I mean very early Sunday morning when it's starting, Saturday at midnight. But if you can't catch it on replay. That should be interesting.
Absolutely. That's gonna be
Go ahead,
really.
Eric. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh no, you're fine. No, no. I mean, got to give a shout out to Apex Comics for
Oh yeah,
Steve Rude. I mean,
that's
good grief.
yeah, setting up Steve
That's
Rude. That's awesome.
that is going to be sweet.
I said, Apex, you're gonna send me the link, right? I may have to call in if they tell me to work Saturday night.
Oh,
I don't want to miss that.
oh no. But yeah, and like I was excuse me, like I was saying, this is artwork by Stephen Butler, and again, he worked on Amazing Spider-Man, Scarlet Spider, Silver Sable, Mighty Crusaders, Sonic the Hedgehog, just to name a few projects he's worked on. I was fortunate to commission him, and again, this is Lady Valor. She's a member of the She Agents. Um, I was kind of blown away, not only with what he did based on my design. I sent a thumbnail sketch of what I wanted, and he really took it to the next level. Lady Valor, she has super strength, kind of mid-level super strength. She's nearly invulnerable due to her, or not nearly, but she's highly invulnerable due to her armor, kind of magic based powers. She has the flaming sword of truth. Um, and there's more to her than what I'm saying right now. And she can fly as well. And of course, she's not a master, but skilled in combat, and that's by Stephen Butler. And then I colored her. I was just kind of tinkering around with what colors might work. I just wanted to mess with that, and this is what I came up with. Although again, the comic will probably more likely be black and white, uh, but that's Lady Valor that I colored. And this is another fantastic piece by comic book artist Rock Baker. And we're talking about AC Comics and FemForce. Rock had previously worked for AC Comics, working on the FemForce title. He did a number of issues. He's doing his own thing for Indelible Comics with his funny animal book, which is actually a lot of fun. It's not degenerate like a lot of people say furry stuff. He is not that way by any means. It's a really fun title. But anyway, Rock did the pencils and I did the inks, and he nailed it exactly what I wanted when I asked him to draw. And it's not complete on my part, but and I apologize for the angle of the camera and the setup here, but it's the best I can do right now. But and again, that's Lady Valor. And the next character who's going to be in the She Agents, and this is a Nature Girl, and there is a public domain character called Nature Girl, and I believe Marvel has her version of Nature Girl, but this is mine. I did several years ago, and again, this is by Stephen Butler. He drew her for me, and just a basic rundown. Physiologically, she's about 18 or 19, somewhere around that age. Uh, she has control of the elements, some mild control over the weather, not a whole bunch of control over the weather, but she can manipulate, water, fire, air, earth. Um, and she has this cape, which is like a gliding cape, when she uses the wind to quote unquote fly. And she can also control animals. And there's a reason why she shows up and becomes a member of the She Agents. And again, that's by Stephen Butler. And another great piece by Rock Baker, his take on Nature Girl. He captured her youth pretty well. And just a side note here, she does freckles on her face, but Rock did the pencils on this one, and again I did the inks, and he did a really nice job with Nature Girl. I really liked it quite a bit. And then I colored her again. I was just kind of tinkering around with. I know people are saying she looks like Poison Ivy a little bit. It was hard for me not to use the color green and to color her hair red. I just couldn't avoid it. No intention on making her similar to Poison Ivy. Nature Girl is a good girl. Poison Ivy is not. But those are my colors and inks. And just to add, there will be other characters who join the She Agents, but all the characters I'm showing now are planned to show up pretty much right away. So I'm not really quote unquote spoiling anything, but that's who will be there. And this is my design for a villain character. She's called Iron Lady. And if you can see her entire physiology, her skin, her essence is a metallic substance. And she does have rivets on her skin. And forgive me for a second while I get something to drink. My mouth is turning dry. But
yeah, it's hard to moderate, isn't it?
Oh no, I'm just blabbing. But anyway, but she has super strength. She's nearly invulnerable.
And yeah, she's one of my favorite characters that you've shown.
Yeah. I'm glad you like her. I'm glad you like her. Yeah, and she also has magnetic manipulation, which enables her to quote unquote fly.
Yeah, as I said, I'm doing a Momentum universe, but that doesn't mean I can't have crossover specials. And I would love to cross over with some of your female characters.
Yeah. Actually, I was thinking about that today. Yeah, if things get going for for us both. I mean, one way or another, I would like to do that. That would be fun. That'd be cool.
Yeah, I'm not going to wait. I'm not going to wait till we're going for us. I'm just going to go full speed ahead.
Okay. All
right. You might want to do something differently. Now let's pause for this a minute.
Sure.
Well, go ahead and show that piece because I think it's the same character, isn't it?
Just real quickly again, that's Iron Lady, and she's busting through a wall. And just real quickly, she doesn't talk, and there's a reason why. But and just real quick, just one more piece if you don't mind.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, this is my Mark Dial, who also did some work on FemForce. He did some inking and stuff. And he does commissions. It's been a while since he's been doing them. And I'll just link back to FemForce real quick. He's been trying to get a movie based on Tara from FemForce going.
Oh, yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah. But yeah, he knocked it out of the park with, I was so happy.
Oh, yeah, I would have no problem, putting that in one of my books. That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, he did a knockout job. Okay,
beautiful character.
I'll shut up now.
Oh yeah, I mean that's what I like about you, Eric, is you have so many different characters that you create. I always say that. Now we'll get back to that, so don't cover up all your stuff. But like Jack Kirby, he created character after character after character. Say Rich Buckler, okay, he created Deathlock. What else? He didn't create that many characters. He drew a lot of the Marvel characters and maybe some, Atlas. I know he worked for Atlas and other characters, but he didn't create his own IPs. Now, Jack Kirby did. So there's a difference, or John Romita Sr., he didn't create that many characters, but now somebody like Kirby did. He created a lot of characters. You create a lot of characters. I create a lot of characters. That's what I like you have an imagination to create all these different characters, you know, um, more than just one or two in your career. I never get that, but some people just doesn't. I mean, to me, I could sit down and, till CG came along, I could sit down and just world build all the time,
Yeah.
create new characters and trying to create a character that has this power or this look or, and even today, I mean, the last thing I drew besides this drawing here was a new character. Uh, I just like coming up with new characters and new looks and stuff and not really riffing on what's come before, but using that somewhat, in some cases. I mean, it's if it suits the design or the power or whatever. But that's what I like about you, Eric. You've got a lot of characters, and I would like you to show some of your male characters, because I think you told me you had about 4 male characters.
Yeah, they'll show up a little bit later on. I do have. I don't want to spoil too much in that regard. Not that it's a big thing. I mean, not that it's a big thing or anything, but a little bit later on.
Eric has no male characters confirmed?
Yes, I do.
Because all we've seen is women.
Yeah, well, like the one that I'll just spoil one. I have my take on Captain Victory. We're talking about public domain, but he shows up. He shows up. So
yeah, because you're going to use some public domain characters, aren't you?
Yeah, in fact, a number. Like Iron Lady here, she's in the public domain.
But your design,
it's different.
It's different. Exactly right. Yeah. You cannot use them exactly like they were in the comics, can you?
Well, yeah, actually you can. If it's public domain, you can reprint it. You can use them exactly as they originally appear. You can even use the same storyline. That's one of the fun things about, public domain. And, you don't want to see anything, go by the wayside or go defunct, but that's what happened with.
It's just finding that old stuff, and of course, Bill Black did a lot of reprinting of that type of stuff, probably more so than any other publisher.
Yeah, I would say so.
What was the title again? The heroes that he did?
The Golden Age Men of Mystery.
The Golden Age of Men of Mystery, right?
Yeah, or just Men of Mystery. Yeah.
But now he had an anagram for that? That was kind of funny. Golden Age, GA. Men of Mystery. Let's see, Gam. I don't know. I'd have to forget one of the books, but now I have a signed up here. I showed. Oh, and I got to show off my Kool-Aid Man. I got some Kool-Aid Men. Yeah, $1 a piece. I could, these things. They weren't in the system. I was only going to buy one of them, and one of them doesn't have a tag. He was kind of not, footed. Because they, oh yeah. So and ice cubes. So, I figure these things are probably about $4 a piece. So when he said, $1, I said I'll take all 3 plus the display. Yeah, that's me. But you get some candy once you take the tag off. You can open it up.
Oh, okay. So it's a candy dispenser.
Well, yeah, in a way. And of course, I like candy dispensers. This is popping candy.
Like the Pop Rocks?
Yeah, like the Pop Rocks, right? That would sizzle on your tongue and stuff. But then you can put your illegal, marijuana or something in there.
Well, that's not me, but
what? Oh, okay. Well,
that's somebody else, not me.
Yeah, no allegations there. I'm just saying you could put your.
No, I had to throw it in.
And nobody would probably look within him.
Does the candy come with anal flavoring?
No. There we go again. This is you get now that was grape. I'm not going to take the tags off the other because I'm not that surprised. It includes 3 fruity flavors: tropical punch, cherry, and grape. Artificially flavored, of course. So couldn't pass him up. Got to show him off. I had to move him to get to this great Bill Black book. So that I've had up here. I think it's up here. I hope it's up here. Yeah. Oh, Sonic. They used to put these on your cups, and that was the giraffe back in the 80s. Whoops, just dropped him. Probably broke him. You ever read it, Sonic, Eric?
Oh yeah, it's been a while. But yeah,
Of course, Avengers number 4, color guide. Have you seen that, Eric?
Oh, I've seen the comic, but not the color guide or anything.
Yeah, well, here's the one and only color guide to Avengers number 4, Captain America's first foray into the Silver Age.
I'm going to tell you a horror story, Rex, regarding Avengers.
Okay.
This is probably, I want to say 15 years ago, maybe, when I lived in Missouri. There was a comic book shop, and the fella had an Avengers number 1, okay? But it was in rough shape, like poor condition. And he was offering, I mean, it was the real thing. It was like for $5, but I didn't get it. I mean, even though it was, it would still be worth something today. I mean, God only knows how much, but.
Oh, definitely.
But he was desperate to sell because someone had broken into his comic book shop and stolen some of his comics. But they passed that one up.
Let's see. I think this is it right here. Again, it's black sensitive cover in some spots, so I don't want to touch it a lot. But Fun Comics, this is issue with the Commando D, Phantom Lady, Captain Paragon Publications, not AC Comics. Simon & Kirby's Bullseye. It's a Kirby and ink by Bill Black cover. And signed by Bill Black. This is issue, does it say? Third big issue. 5 big features. So this is number 3. I had this back in the day, burn up my collection. So this is a book that I got from him.
I see.
And had him sign. This was the last issue to come out. It's like magazine. You can't even fit it in a magazine board and bag. So it's sitting out here collecting dust.
Yeah, I had the one with the Captain Paragon on the cover.
Oh.
Like an idiot, like I said, I sold.
Now, would you like to see the one and only what the cover might have been to number 4?
Yeah.
This is the unpublished cover to Fun Comics number 4, which never came out, by Bill Black, signed by Bill Black, with Captain Paragon on the cover.
Cool.
Fun Comics. And they were fun. For me, they were an alternative to Marvel and DC. Anything different.
Yeah.
I really gravitated towards. And I find that the independents, no matter how shoddily done they are, I gravitate to them, unless it's just utter trash. And I've got a pretty open thing about what's trash and not. But now here is a signed, and I have the artwork. I don't know if it's here, but I have the artwork to this, the pencils and the ink. So it's on 2 pages. They must have ran it off and then inked a page. But I have the artwork to this. This is Film Force that we've been talking about, number 83. And I tried to find the book. I don't know if I have this book in my collection because they are very hard to find. Miss Victory, Night Vale, She-Cat, Sin, Stardust, and Tara. Or Tara? Tara? T-A-R-A?
Yeah, I can never pronounce. I can't remember how they pronounce her name. So
Mind Over Muscle, but he signed it in like ballpoint, just real small down here. So you have, I guess this is Captain Paragon in a reimagining of his costume, and Miss Victory there on the cover.
Yeah, it's slightly, a little bit different costume there. Yeah,
I wasn't that taken by this cover, but that's what he had offered up at the time, and so I bought it because I do know this stuff's pretty scarce. And that's the approval cover to it. Now I have the original artwork as well. Now I also bought some prints from him. These are just prints, but I had him sign them, and these are of the Film Force.
I've never seen that one before. Yeah, I had the FemForce print portfolio. There was a limited number, but I've never seen that Miss Victory one before.
Yeah, this is Miss Victory. I had to check the copyright because I don't know the characters like you do, like just by looking at them. Kool-Aid Man is great. Lorenzo, was the comic book shutting down? Eric and Boyd. He's got a question.
What for what?
I don't know what that's in regards to.
He did, unfortunately. Yeah, that's what happened.
Here's Night Vale, signed by Bill Black. Another print. Have you seen that one?
Seen that. That's awesome. I've never seen these before.
Well, cool. I'm glad. Obviously, you don't watch this channel, and I would like to thank you for coming.
Obviously, I don't watch them.
Because this is the second time I've shown them. Now,
well, I missed that episode. I'm so sorry.
I know. I like to give, how about this she-cat?
Oh, sweet. Hubba Bubba.
Have you seen that?
No, I've never seen that one either.
Okay, I think this was probably in the same time, for it's copyrighted 2000. So I guess these all came out in 2000. And then here's Rad. Remember Rad?
Yeah.
Well, nobody else does.
Kind of the clone daughter, Miss Victory, however you want to describe her.
Oh, and I gotta wonder if she's kicking over a sandcastle. And that's probably Bill Black right there as a kid, crew cut.
Forgive me for a second, Max. Rex, I got to give my cat a treat or two. He's kind of bothering me. So.
Max, calling me Max. Well, I've been called a lot of things, but never Max.
Sorry.
That's okay. I have to give my dog treats too and let her out and all kinds of stuff. I was glad when I was moving some things around because I still had this in here, but it was covered up. Gave $25.83 for a Film Force page, original page, Eric. I gave $25.83 for it.
That's cheap.
Signed by Bill Black. And I've never unwrapped it. And I don't know that I'm going to unwrap it today because it's better protected the way it is. I could take this tape off there. That's kind of dangerous. And this tape here, that's kind of dangerous. I learned my lesson about tape, or at least I would like to think that I did, because I had a Batman #7 and I left the tape on the bag and it went bloop right on the cover. And so I had to get the tape off of there. Took part of the logo with it. And with an expensive book like that, a Batman #7, probably thousands and thousands worth of damage there. Because it was in nice shape till I did that.
It was emotional damage.
Yeah, it was emotional damage. Yes, definitely. Oh yeah, as Kool-Aid Man would say. So forgive me for not taking out. This is exactly, that's the thing about Bill Black. Except for that Australian comic, he ships really well. His stuff. And he would always put, things to protect it. The reason I like this, it had kind of a Ninja Turtle-like character in Film Force. This is page 9. I'm not sure what issue. Looks like they used blue lines for the dialogue. That's the great thing about old art. It is kind of a dramatic thing because they come across a bunch of female dead bodies I guess in the sewer. She Cat is meets this Ninja Turtle like character, and I said, "Oh, gotta have that." So, I mean, just to get any film force, but this is actually very nice. I've never actually taken it out and looked. I'm kind of curious. I might just open it up for the very first time. I'm not sure. That's got tape on it. It is very nicely done. But I big and ate myself. So you see the dead bodies there of the female characters. Got kind of like this butcher paper over there, and they come upon the scene there, I guess, in the sewers of the dead bodies. And there's the She Cat meeting that Ninja Turtle type character. I think you can see it pretty well in there.
Do you remember what issue that's from?
No, I don't, and I don't know that I marked what issue it's from.
Oh, it's okay. I don't recall seeing that. So
Yeah, this is an awesome page to own. Really like that because it has that Ninja Turtle connotation. Now, here is another unpublished piece done by Bill Black, signed twice by Bill Black. Because when he initially did the cover to Shade #1 that wasn't used, he signed the artwork. Now, when I bought it from him, I said, "Could you sign it?" And he signed it again. So it's signed twice by Bill Black. So how sweet is that? This is the unused cover. Now, he does use paste up, so these are delicate and can come off like this AC and the logo. But there's the unused cover by Bill Black to Shade
#1. I'm surprised you used that one. That's pretty good. It
is, isn't it? He's got a lot of white out on that. I think you can kind of see. But it looks, Shade, and I've got a Shade #1, and the cover is nothing like this.
White out, that's racist.
Well, take it up with Bill.
I'm teasing.
It looks like he did the artwork, the inking and everything on because he has this paper on back, but it looks like he did it just on thin tracing paper. See there? He's even got a couple brush strokes there, the white. And
yeah, that's I think that's transparent vellum paper.
Yeah, and
does they have kind of like a feel to it, for lack of a better. Yeah.
Now dialogue did fall off of this one, and I can have it put back on, but and actually that's going under the existing.
Yeah, I've tried to do hand lettering, and I used the transparent vellum for for lettering, but
I've got to find that dialogue. I just dropped my dialogue balloon. There it is. How'd I have that? That's Richard. The dialogue said they've done no harm, put them down. And it goes somewhere on this. I had to put it. Now I have this book. It's a little digest book. He liked to do digest books. Size, kind of square. This is Bill Black, the cover to starring the weird Dr. Weir, WEIR, in Woman in the Web and the Web of Horror, signed by Bill Black. I guess twice, because he signed the artwork and then he signed it again for me here. But that's a cover to one of his little digest size books. And
that's another one I don't think I've seen.
There's the little oval dialogue balloon that came off of it. So I'll have to put that back on. Unfortunately. I should have these things framed. I'm telling you. For sure. Better take care of. Now this one's kind of sheer. This is a She Cat. Now this is by Gorby. Can you tell us something about Gorby? Done in 2014.
I Rex, you probably know more than I do.
Okay,
I just know his artwork. I know.
Okay,
I know.
Yeah, Gorby's worked for Gorby's another artist that's worked for AC Comics.
Yeah.
Did a lot of work for him, and a lot of the artists that work for him, like Hinky. Did I get his name right? Hinky?
Heike,
Heike?
Heike.
Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds more like ha ha ha. You know.
Mark Heike and his wife Stephanie, I believe.
Yeah. Okay. Well, now he's an artist, right? And he's kind of taking over the day to day of AC Comics for
Yes,
Bill.
exactly.
Because Bill's getting retirement age. I mean, come on.
Like Bill said, he's kind of semi-retired. He helps out when and where, kind of like maybe a little bit more than Stan Lee, because Bill Black, he still does inking on some of the comics. So
imagine at his age, he's prioritizing what he wants to do. He's prioritizing.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which is very smart,
Oh, yeah.
If I can get this out here. Actually, I could use this. I'll just use this copy here. I don't know if you've seen this. I've had a cover done with my characters.
Oh, yeah.
And this is based off of Bob Brown Challenges the Unknown cover. And I'll just flip this over, and then I'll put this over because it's kind of sheer. It's done on that vellum like you were talking about. But this is done in 2014, the year I was buying stuff from him, and 15. Gorby. So there's her with little scratch posts and kittens and everything.
Oh, yeah. Brad Gorby. Yeah. That's sweet. Mm-hmm. I don't think I've seen that. Now, maybe I've seen it. I'm not sure. But that's nice. I like that one.
I think this is probably unpublished, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think I've seen it.
Okay, and then here's another piece. I think this may be by Hinky, or I can't remember, and it's not signed or anything. It reminded me of Jaguar God, that character, but this was costume design that never was used, and then this is just pencil up here. Again, like on sheer vellum. These are, but now they're neat looking designs, neat looking characters. I mean, since it was unpublished, I could use something like this and kind of do a riff on and use it. And I mean, not the character, but I could adapt it. If I wanted to. Because I own the artwork, and I would change it up where I'm not just using his design, but use it as an inspiration. Now here's the gorilla. This does have a backing sheet, and he did sign it. And let's see here. So yeah, it's done on like it has an overlay to protect the artwork, and it is the Tara Jungle Queen, menaced by Emmanuel Van Horn. It's done by Jay Naylor. Are you familiar with him?
No, I'm afraid not. I've probably seen his work, but the name does not ring a bell.
Okay, it doesn't ring a bell for me. Bill Black did sign it. This was done 7/29/91. So this is an old piece, and indeed that he had for a while. 1991 artwork for AC Comics.
Yeah, I'm just gonna pronounce her Tara. I don't know.
Okay,
but I don't know. I'm probably wrong, but
I like Tara.
You like Tara? I don't know. Yeah, well, yeah. I'll have to
preference. Oh, a Captain Paragon sheet. Captain Paragon issue 3. I'm not sure how many issues Captain Paragon had. Are you?
No, I don't.
He only had about 3 or 4, I think.
I know he had the Sentinels of Justice, and then the Armageddon Factor storyline.
Yeah.
I know there are 4
Yeah.
issues in the.
Was Captain Paragon in Sentinels of Liberty? You said Sentinels of Justice. That's right. He
Yeah,
was
that's
in
what it
Justice.
was. Yeah.
But now Liberty took the Charlton characters, correct?
Oh, I'm not familiar with that.
Oh, you're not?
No.
Bill Black did The Question and Captain
Oh,
Atom
oh
and Blue
yeah, yeah, I
Beetle.
know. Is that what they called it? I mean, I remember that issue. Yeah, I
Sentinels
had
of
that
Liberty,
issue.
I think. Yeah.
Was it? Yeah,
Yeah, and that was
Blue,
before
yeah.
DC bought the Charlton characters. I guess Charlton was still or going out of business or something.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, I know what you're talking about. I just couldn't remember. Excuse me, the title. Yeah, like you had Blue Beetle and The Question and Captain Atom. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I had that one, and I.
Now, here's Captain Paragon. Love this, man. On AC Comics paper. He's going up against the Shroud. Now, I have like 10, maybe 9 now because I gave one away, but Shroud trading cards, because I had some trading cards that I had Bill sign too that he produced. And one of them was the Shroud. I own the artwork to the trading cards that he signed. And he also signed the Shroud's original artwork for me. He signed this down here in red. He's going up against the Shroud here, and this character that was, neat looking alien characters. I believe he was on the cover. But here's Captain Paragon, issue 3, page 6, original artwork.
Nice.
Nice to see his stuff, isn't it? I mean, I loved his early 80s Captain Paragon superhero line of stuff. Mm-hmm. Now, here is unrelated. It's not Bill Black stuff, but it is dealing with public domain. This is from Thrilling Nostalgia 2020. This was not too long ago on Indiegogo. It was Sentinels of Liberty, I think, or not.
I can't remember the name of that one.
I can't remember the name.
That's probably what it was.
But now Jim Steranko did it. George Perez did one page on the character TNT Todd, his origin. So they had a lot of big names on that project. And yeah, I wanted to buy that. All public domain. The first Asian superhero in comics. Hey, Simple Jack. The Green Turtle. Now, I'm not sure who the Skull character are. These are little prints that came with that. And I backed at the highest level, so I got everything.
Oh, that's pretty nice. I like that one.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Really nice.
Yeah.
Little prints they came out with that Indiegogo project. I got like both hardbacks. I got the one that had the Jim Steranko and then the other main cover. So I didn't miss out on anything.
I'm sorry, Rex. Where did you get? What were these through? I missed that.
It was on Indiegogo, like public domain. It may still be in demand.
Oh, okay.
I'll get you the name.
Oh, okay. I can look. Oh, yeah, that's awesome. Oh, I like that.
Yeah, this is Mike Portons, maybe. I'm not sure. Artwork, but these are all public domain characters.
I see the clown, and it could be Captain Victory or Captain Flag, maybe.
Well, he's got U.S. on his chest.
Or it could, yeah.
Yeah. And then here is like a Cobra-like.
Yep.
Character.
Okay. Yeah, that looks really good. Whoever did it, that's awesome.
I like the blacks and whites and how they did the alleyway and stuff, Well,
that's really nice.
It is. It's not very defined, but that's all you need.
Yeah.
To inform the eye on the environment around it. That's done very nicely. That these are all public domain characters. Of course, Catman and Kitten, the Green Turtle, and others.
I think that's Sentinel with the revolutionary style cap. I know there's a name
Uh-huh.
for it.
Now this was the main cover, I think, artwork
Mm.
that they used.
Oh, I see.
So
Yeah, I see Blue Flame up on top. There you
up
go.
here, yep.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, cool. Those are nice. I like those.
Oh yeah, I mean, not I mean, I wouldn't want to miss out on any of that, so I backed at the highest level, and it was a non CG project, so I was wondering
Mm.
and waiting and wait. I waited for a while, but I got them. Now this
Mm.
is Jim Steranko artwork, and I think they might have reused this for the Jim Steranko cover. I'm not sure on that. I can't remember what the Jim Steranko cover looked like, but it might have been the same artwork. But that's Jim Steranko.
Cool.
And like I said, I believe George Perez was retired, but he did one page of TNT Todd, which looks awesome because he was like a hooded, like a
Yeah, I like TNT Todd's powers and his the different costumes I've seen of him, but I hate that name so bad.
yeah, yeah, it's retro. Uh, the Liberty Brigade, I think that's what it was called, the Liberty Brigade.
Oh, okay.
So look up on Indiegogo the Liberty Brigade and see if it's still in demand. I don't know, and then you might even check on Kickstarter to see
Okay.
if they're running it on Kickstarter. So it may still be available because it's
Yeah, I've heard of that. I've heard of the Liberty.
and he'll get them out to you quick now because they're hardbacks.
Mm.
They're hardback books. I think they even have soft cover version maybe, and you can get these prints. Let's see who did this. I don't know, but it's very nice, very nice.
Hey, Cross Comics. Hello, Simple Jack.
Can you tell us a little bit about what you know about public domain characters while we're kind of
Oh,
on the subject?
I just know a little bit, not a whole lot. I know some of the characters.
Uh-huh.
I know like Black Terror is probably the most quote unquote infamous one that's been used several
Yeah.
times. He was and I forgot his civilian name. The name, but he was the pharmacist, and he basically concocts this potion that gives him super strength. And then he had the stupid sidekick Kid Terror.
Another
But,
artist on this was Sal Buscema.
Oh wow! And that looks like Blue Flame there as well.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
these
there
are nice
are.
little prints. They're thin,
Yeah, that's
sort of
pretty nice.
glossy, thin, glossy stock, kind of thin, but they're nice. Dealing with public domain characters. Yeah, I definitely wanted to get into public domain characters with you. Cross Comics here, he says one character looks like it from Freedom Force game. I have that Freedom Force game, which is very Jack Kirby-esque in its presentation. I had to go get that. I didn't know anybody knew about Freedom Force. I think we're talking about the same thing. Now, Cross Comics, he's got the Canadian Shield, which is, his own iteration, as you know, and that's public domain character. I could come up with a Canadian Shield. You could. It would have to be your own design, not based on Cross Comics or somebody else. In fact, while he's doing Canadian Shield, I believe there's another person out there on Indiegogo doing Canadian Shield. Although Cross Comics is far
Well, yeah, we
superior.
gotta go across comics.
We got to go Cross Comics.
There's just no.
I mean,
question
his
on
is
that.
8 foot tall, and he's
Yeah,
got an
absolutely.
awesome story where
Yeah, I
he's like a
yeah.
Native American Indian from the 1820s. Comes to the future and uses future tech suit. I mean, it's kind of interesting,
Yeah, I like the concept quite a bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that figure, and that the little statuette he showed, those look really cool too.
But now I like the concept of that character too. I love how he drew him. It's just a wonderful character.
Well, thank you.
That's
Yeah.
Iron Lady, correct?
Yeah, Iron Lady. Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, we're talking public domain. It's my take on the character. Completely different. I think the original one, she actually had a glove that was made out of iron, and I think it came from the Statue of Liberty. Maybe I could be wrong.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, I could be wrong. I might be getting her mixed up with Steel Fist. I can't remember,
Oh,
but
Steel
anyway,
Fist.
I just the name fit for what I had intended,
Now, I don't know
and
if you've seen this.
yeah.
I just had this handy, and it's nice matted. This is one of the last drawings that John Buscema did.
No, I can't. Who is it? A certain? I don't know who it is offhand, but
Yeah. It's for a one shot. Actually, Gil Kane passed away, and John Buscema. It's Blood of My Ancestors for DC Comics. You know, when you think of John Buscema, you think of Marvel Comics, but he
yeah.
did that. He took over for Gil Kane on that project, and then he passed away, and Kevin Nolan
Oh,
had to take over. Now, here's another. I just happen to have this handy. Another public domain character, Airman by
yeah. By Malibu. Yeah.
by Malibu. Their take
Yeah.
on it, and this is a good one to get, I think, because it's original character called the Thresher is introduced in it,
And
and
I
he
believe
was one of the best looking characters.
Mike S. Miller got a start on Malibu. If I could be incorrect, could be
Frank
wrong. But I
Miller?
know, yeah,
What
Mike
do you
S.
mean
Miller.
Miller?
Mike S. Miller, the comic
Oh,
book
Mike
artist.
S. Miller. Okay,
Yeah.
got you.
Yeah.
I was like, Frank Miller? What?
Uh,
Yeah, I must have put it up, but it's Blood of My Ancestors. It's a Superman, and he was going for the Samson and the columns, you know, out of the
I
Bible.
gotcha. Sure.
Yeah, and they
Oh,
used this
okay.
on it, but it was a Kevin Nolan cover because I guess Gil Kane or John Buscema did not do a cover for it yet, and Kevin Nolan had to come in behind those two artists that passed away, and do it. But now Pale Rider snuck in on us.
Yeah, hello,
Rex,
Pale
in
Rider.
Red Dress Diaries, you're going to be the mystical pimp that gives Chris his powers. Okay, I'll go with that. Yeah, Mike S. Miller got his start stealing his neighbor's kumquats. Yes, I believe that. Nobody wants them anyway, right? He's, you go out for your daily jog and they don't want them, so just take them.
Low hanging fruit.
While talking about how ethical it is to be, ethical. But now let's talk about we've got maybe 15 20 minutes left, depending on how I stretch it, maybe 25. We've been going for about 2 hours, so but now I do have to work tonight, and I do have a long night in front of me, but I'm well rested. Let's talk about public domain.
Sure.
Well, I tell you what, wait a minute.
We'll
I'm going to go grab some more stuff to show.
Okay.
And you show some of your stuff, some that we haven't seen yet.
Well,
Is that okay? Just for a minute. And I might grab that Freedom Force game to show them what I'm talking about. Maybe he can get Cross Comics can clarify that for me too. That's nice fake wood grain you have there, Eric.
Yeah, well, thank you. Yeah, it is fake.
Or is it fake?
Yeah, it's fake.
Yeah, I don't mean to put you on the spot, but you're being a really big help by kind of showing off your stuff and
sure.
Not that you're giving us. Now you got a character also. One of your male characters that you can show us.
Yes.
Is
Mr. Muck.
Mr. Muck. Yeah. Exactly. If you want to.
Okay, let me dig him out here real quick.
Yeah. So stretch it the wrong way, Rex. You'll get a cramp. Exactly.
Yeah, I've just got a couple pages left on the story, but
okay, let me embiggen you, and then I will go grab some more Bill Black goodness and be right back with you. I mean, that looks great, well, especially the explosive. Like I have a character that I've yet to develop beyond my own drawings, but I will have Vic draw him at some time. That explodes kind of like that, and he's called the Human Grenade. But he reassembles himself after he explodes.
Cool.
So I really like that page. I like that page too, Eric. I think it's great.
Well, thank
Uh,
you. I appreciate it.
I mean, I can see where I mean, I kind of chose a swamp like monster myself
Yeah,
so that I could kind of, because with something like that, you can kind of exaggerate,
yeah,
like you have his fingers stretching and stuff.
yep,
And anatomy is not, you don't have to adhere to perfect
no,
anatomy in every drawing.
exactly,
So it gives you
exactly.
more leeway to kind of learn as you go, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm very on par with this character because this is something similar to what I've done with my Bog character was, you know, uh, I had to settle on a character that I wanted to go with, and I thought, well, let's do a monster, where the anatomy just doesn't have to be spot on perfect, or
Yeah,
can be, can have a bit of moss here, or and you can kind of cover up your inadequacies to
yeah, that's
be
true. Yeah, you don't have to.
to be very frank and honest about it, and you can learn as you go. This is awesome stuff. I like that. That could be put on a t-shirt with some logo itself right there, that explosive, or a trading card,
Yeah, it's just
or a
transfer.
sticker. I mean,
Well,
awesome.
I'll have to think about that. I
Yeah,
appreciate that input. Yeah,
do it.
it's just
Don't think,
transfer.
do it.
It's transfer. Well, it's
I
through
Look, Eric, take
yeah.
my money, take it now.
Well, this is for another publisher. It's for Golden Era Comics, so it
Oh,
would have to
okay.
be,
So do you own Muckman?
Yeah. What's that?
Do you own? Is he your IP or somebody
Yeah,
else's?
yeah, he is. Yeah, Mark Davis is a publisher. We talked about it. Yeah, I retain the copyright and everything, the idea,
Okay.
for it.
Okay.
But he's given me a shot to have the story published. So
And
so
how
yeah,
many pages is that going to be?
it's going to be 8.
8 pages.
Yeah,
Okay.
initially it was going to be 6, but we talked about it, and it's going to be 8 because I wanted to have the action. Initially, it was
Okay.
just going to be kind of an origin thing. It is an origin thing, but there's also going to be
Right.
um
Is this
um
a splash page right there?
oh, this is the introductory page, the first page
Okay.
of the
So
story.
that's a splash page, right?
No, it's not a splash page. No,
Well,
it's the
isn't
splash page is like a splash page would be maybe something like that where
well,
in you
I know what you're saying. It'd be like one thing, but even on a splash page, the first page in a book, you could use multiple panels, correct?
well, usually splash page is 1 to 2 pages where it's a big scene.
Right. Hmm.
Yeah, so this really
Yeah.
doesn't qualify as a splash page. This page might,
Yeah.
but
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
So,
Good stuff. Yeah.
but I'll
And
kind of just
and
give a basic rundown of them, or do you want me to show something else?
hey, you do what you want. I'm gonna go get some more stuff. I'll be right back.
Okay, anyone's still hanging around. It's just my story concerning Mr. Muck. Um, he's a botanist, and he's hired by a pharmaceutical company to travel to Ireland because there are rumors about a flower, or a group of flowers actually, that may have some extraordinary healing powers, and they have a basic idea where it might be located, a general vicinity, and he does come across a
I
set
think you
of
froze up on us there a minute.
oh, it did.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah. Are we still frozen? Oh shit. Yeah, it's buffering a little bit. I can see. Oh, there we go. Okay, I think we're back in action. But
I think you froze up on us for a second, but you're good
yeah,
now.
yeah, I checked that. Yeah, it did freeze.
Can you hear me, Eric?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yep. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
I'm not hearing you, but that doesn't mean that everybody else isn't.
Hmm.
That'd be a pickle if I couldn't hear you and if it didn't know if you were saying anything. Can you hear me? If you can hear me, give me a thumbs up in the camera. Okay, you can hear me. Are you talking? Give
I
me a thumb
was.
up if you're talking. Go ahead and say something.
Hello?
I can't hear you. That's amazing. I think I
Huh.
messed with it a little bit too much here. Well, you keep on. Well, let's see. Never had this happen before. I can hear you, Rex. Okay. Uh,
I think Cross is saying he can hear me.
can the chat? I can hear both of you. Okay. So I'll just mute myself and I'll go do what I was going to do. And as long as you can hear Eric, I just couldn't hear him.
Okay, yeah,
Sorry
just
about that.
no, it's all right. But like I was saying, just to repeat what I was saying real quickly, he's a botanist. His name is Hammond Greenman, and he's hired by a pharmaceutical company to travel to Ireland because there's speculation and rumor about a group of flowers which had extraordinary medicinal um, purposes or abilities, I should say, properties. There we go. I'm sorry, medicinal properties. And he does stumble upon them, and he checks them out. And for whatever reason, he decides to touch them, and in the process, he gets transformed into the supernatural superhero called Mr. Muck. I will explain, exactly why it happens, what goes on, and he is kind of surprised as to what happens to him. He's transformed. He has mass manipulation over his body. He's connected with nature. Think Swamp Thing, but a lot more powerful. He can grow large. He can control the elements. And there's a reason why he becomes who he becomes. And things aren't exactly as they appear. And he ends up in combat with an android character called the Bronze Man. And there's a reason why the Bronze Man shows up to battle Mr. Muck. So, but there's the basic story, and that's going to be through Golden Era Comics, which hopefully will be published soon this year. Like you said, I still have 2 more pages to go on it, and then the lettering. But and then I will show real quickly some public domain stuff. I had done this several years ago for like a text comic, a small press kind of a zine thing. Um, and I used different characters. One was Man of Metal, my take on him, and the Human Meteor, that's my take on him. And then my take on Captain Victory, who actually will show up in the She Agents. And then Diamond Jack, I don't know if you can see him or not. And then Nature Woman and Blue Lady, and they're engaged, trying to go after a giant robot here. And forgive me a second, I need to get something to drink too. There we go. And Dell Comics, which some of their characters lapsed into public domain. One was called Spaceman, but I did a cartoon version of Spaceman, and here's Spaceman and my take on the Atomic Brain, which was actually a movie, but I changed them around. I just used the name, but just kind of a quick cartoon I drew some time ago featuring Spaceman and Atomic Brain, just for fun. And then this came out not too long ago, and I've shown this before, but in case anyone who may not have seen it, it's the Indelible Comics coloring book, and they make use of several public domain comic characters and cartoons, and it's their attempt to revive the now defunct Dell Comics line, what they call orphaned publisher. But there are several characters in here that are original and or public domain based, and I do have 3 illustrations in it. And you can, if you're interested in getting it, you can. If you're on Twitter, if you want to get it from me, I'd be happy to, to sell it to someone. But you can find it on Amazon Prime. I believe it's like for like $5.99. But and I'll just show the one character, one page real quick before Rex starts talking here. And there's some beautiful art. This is not mine, but it's called The Knave, and that's by Kevin James Freer. And it's a really beautiful piece, really incredible artwork there. And then this last page is by me, featuring my take on the owl. Again, based on Kevin James Freer's costume design, and Spectre, which was an enemy of the owl. But that's my take on Spectre. I changed things around a bit. But okay, I just wanted to show that, and I'll shut up and let Rex talk. So, there we go. Yeah, exactly. Cross Comics. That's my intention. Nature versus machine. 100%.
Now I can hear. You can hear me.
I can hear you.
Okay. Great. My camera's funky, and I'm getting an echo. But that may be just something I have to live with. I don't know if I can kick my other self because there's two of me.
What's going on here?
Well, I just re-entered StreamYard. So I will be echoing in my own ear. But anyway, I think this was what Cross Comics was talking about. Freedom Force versus the Third Reich, PC CD-ROM software. Very Kirby-esque.
Oh, yeah.
Opens up. For freedom. Nice, huh? Don't know how well that's showing up, but it's embossed on the cover and everything.
Thank you, Gap.
I'm going to put those Nazis down, SJWs. Of course, they call us Nazis for being normal. Freedom Force is back with an all-new tactical RPG. Yeah, so this must have been one of the two that you were talking about. Yeah, that one they did have 2 games. Okay. So is that one you were talking about? That might have been one format that it was in. I'm not a gamer, so I don't know. But yeah, I noticed you were showing off your coloring book a little bit, which had like 3 pieces.
Can you hear me, Rex?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you fine. Yep.
Yeah, I can hear you, but now I'll talk a little slower because I'm getting myself echoing because
Oh, shit.
I don't know that I can kick the other guy. He's still lurking, as you will see. And we can even reformat him, but that doesn't help. Yeah, I thought that was the best way to ensure that I could hear you. I got a little too clever with it, and I couldn't hear you a while ago. But anyway, I know we're on limited time. You have both of them? Oh, you stinking Canadian.
Yeah, yeah, Rex, I know, you say you have to go to work soon.
Yeah.
I talked briefly with Mark Holmes.
Okay.
Yeah, he said he would love to come on. I don't know what he says. He has to check his schedule. He works as well.
Yeah.
So, and I will, contact you either here or Instagram, or I can't contact you via Twitter for whatever reason.
And
But
if he can't do it 4 o'clock, we can do it another time. Before 4 o'clock. My nights are, except on the weekends. My weekends are free.
oh yeah, they're free.
And
Okay.
what was Mark going to do?
Oh no, he could probably share his information regarding not just Bill Black but Femme Force, and
Okay.
maybe share
Yeah.
some of the scenes he's done for.
And I've got some more
Thorough.
Bill Black stuff to show.
Yeah.
We don't have time to show
Sure.
any more today, but
Sure.
we can kind of wrap this up in the next few minutes.
Okay.
And talk about. I still want to talk a little bit more about public domain characters.
Oh, absolutely. I would love to do that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I know there's websites out there that you can go search out to see what is available. I know the Heap
Yeah. Absolutely.
is one of those characters, and I mentioned that to Doc Blaylock, and he said, I'm doing a Heap story.
Yep.
Now he'll have to design his own Heap.
Yeah.
I don't think you can use the original design, can you?
Yeah. You can still use the original design. In fact, if you look at Man Thing, he looks a whole lot like the original.
He's got the big carrot nose.
Yeah, because it is public domain, you can do what you want with it. So, and I shared a link for the public domain superhero website, and I'm going to share one for Comic Book Plus, where you can check things out. So, and doesn't
You're going to
cost
have
you
my system
anything.
crashing with all these things I've opened up.
Is that it? Is that going to affect your channel?
Because I got the Night Vale Media, and
I didn't know.
Now you're echoing on your end a little bit.
Oh shit! Well, here I'm gonna.
Oh, you know what? I bet I can kill that StreamYard.
It looks like Rex dipped out, so he's gonna adjust things, I imagine.
I'm back.
So there he goes. Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, what I did was kill that one StreamYard and it kicked me off, but I'm back. Because I had 2 StreamYards coming up. That's why it was echoing. I said, why don't I just X that off? And that did away with the echo. So we're good.
Right on.
That's a lot better. I don't like hearing myself in my head.
No.
Even though I carry on conversations with myself all the time.
Rex, I really want to say thank you, and I appreciate your patience with me and having me on. It's been great talking about the AC Comics and seeing your collection and that artwork I'd never seen before. That was definitely worth coming in to check that out and let me talk about my pending projects. It's been a
definitely. I enjoy your light night streams on YouTube where you draw and you talk about your characters, and it's pretty neat. Now, how I mean, I know you have another job and other things that you do. You're not a full-time artist, correct?
No, I'm quote unquote disabled, but
okay.
But I am busy with a few other things, but I try to, come on here when I can. But
well, with Arrow Comics, I know that you're. I was going to ask you then, if you're disabled and able to work at home a lot, when can we expect that out? I mean, at least your work done on it.
The Mr. Muck, is that what we're talking about?
Yeah, Mr. Muck.
Yeah, it's probably within a couple months. I mean, I can't give you a definitive time. Mark's still waiting on other. I'm not the only
I'm a slow artist too. I draw slowly.
Well, no, I mean I have like I said, I had the 6 pages done. We had talked about extending it, making it 8 pages, and and it's going to be like an anthology type comic for issue number 5 of Golden Era Comics. And when I know for sure when it's going to be published, I will, let that information out. Um, So
Well, kind of was bumping around this ideal. I guess at the start, I had this ideal of this portal opening up, which really goes with my storyline too, that
mhm,
I've come up with. Um, and the public domain characters like the Black Terror and Daredevil,
mhm.
this mugger or something's messing with this lady or something, and you see this boomerang come out of this portal, go and hit him and come back, and and Daredevil grabs it as he's coming out of the portal with all these other public domain characters, and he says, "We're back," and then that's the end of the story.
Well, I like it though. I like the scenario.
Yeah, and then you'll see more of them next issue, but that's kind of the setup for the reappearance of the Golden Age characters in the Momentum universe. So I haven't solidified that yet. I don't know. I was thinking about putting it in. I don't know if it'll be in Devil Flyer, but definitely I would like to do something like that. You know, a
You
little
never know.
setup
Yeah.
and use the public domain characters. But I'm very intrigued by that and copyright issues and things like that. Um, you know,
Yeah,
it's
and just real quickly, I've been
mhm.
researching quite a bit of that stuff, and like there are certain, you were talked about what is available and what is not, and maybe
Yeah,
next time if we do another if you do another stream, if you allow me to
okay,
come on or something, I
yeah,
can share what I know.
okay, like Greg
So
Levitt, he, it's public. Conan is public domain in the UK, in the Europe. So not just the UK, but Europe. And so he's going to do a Conan story. He's been on here talking about that before. And they're going to release it in the UK where it's public domain. But,
well,
so
yeah, I
it'll
think
have to
that's
be shipped from there to America. But he'll be able to do Conan because he's in public domain over in Europe. And Zorro and the Heap and just a bunch of characters are in public domain can be used. Of course, um, I've gotten in an argument on Lorenzo's channel about, uh, somebody was saying, I think it might have been George, I'm not sure. He was saying that, oh, it's better to use your own IPs, and I'm like, well, not necessarily. Look at the Black Terror on Indiegogo right now by Von Klaus. He's got over a $30,000 campaign. I haven't checked up on it recently, so it may be much higher than that now. But for a public domain character, that's pretty good.
yeah,
thirty
it is
thousand
pretty good.
dollar campaign.
That's really good. Why
Yeah,
why not make use of them? I mean, I fail to see why there would be a contention with using them. I mean, why
yeah.
not?
I mean, I'm creating my own. Like Silver Boa. He's going to have a and I'm even sending, maybe this is giving away too much, but I'm even sending some of my current day characters back to the past,
Mhm.
which is not, it's tied up with the Devil Flyer end game, the end story, but it's not time travel per se, but they do wind up in the past
Mhm.
and not a bunch, but I'm setting up some of my own Golden Age characters because let's face it, for storytelling reasons, World War II was a rich time where you could
Yeah.
tell all types of stories. So I'm placing some of my characters or the ancestors to some of my modern characters like Silver Boa. The first Silver Boa was in the late 30s and 40s, and then maybe one in the 50s. Might as well do it, and 60s. Kind of a legacy thing, kind of like the Phantom,
Sure.
where he passes it on generation to generation.
Sure.
And then, I've already had Vic do like a retro looking. He first drew my Silver Boa character as is, and then he did a retro one, made him a little shorter, a little stockier, made the little utility belt and everything a little different to suit the
Hmm.
time. It's a lot of fun to do variations on your own characters, you know.
Rex, you do what you want with your stuff. I don't, but no, I'm saying that's good. I like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
this is the character. I mean, talking about Silver Boa. You said
Oh
you
yeah.
want to maybe potentially possibly do some kind of
Oh
Maybe.
yeah, she's a great. Yeah, I'm looking to do a film noir, black and white and grayscale, maybe a little Septone in the back. I saw a great Batman piece that had the buildings that were off in the distance done in like tan brown.
Mm.
So, um,
Yeah,
uh,
that's my
and
character, Sister Scarab. But if we just maybe do a fight scene or something, I'd be down with that. I like Silver Bow, which you have, what I've seen from, the drawing from Vic and everything.
oh yeah, I
So,
mean, yeah, I would be great to pit them against each other. Uh, Now yours is modern day, but now
yes.
I have a plot twist where she could wind up in the past for that one story or part of the story, and then be whisked back to the future.
Yeah, we could discuss that at some time.
Oh yeah,
That's
yeah, yeah.
or if nothing else, maybe we can just have Vic do a drawing where they battle each other.
Oh yeah, yeah. We'll discuss that
Yeah,
in the future. I always like to
Pale Rider.
brainstorm. Yeah, Pale Rider says choose your own adventure porn book. Sounds like something you need to produce, Pale Rider, because you're already picturing yourself shirtless vacuuming and stuff, which is very alluring to the women apparently. Um, but Eric, I have enjoyed it. I do need to go and
Okay.
clock in. I don't know if you realized, but I wrecked my truck the other day.
Yeah, I remember you saying that. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm taking it a little bit easy when I drive to work and back from work.
I
So
understand.
need to
Yeah.
leave out a little early, which I'm not really leaving out early. I gave you every minute I could, to tell you the truth, because I clock in at 6:45 and it's 6:30 now.
Oh
So
shit. Well, I mean,
yeah.
well, I was wait. Well, I was willing to go. I mean, Rex.
Oh, I know. I've had fun, and I'm sorry it wasn't better prepared. Been working me hard, uh, pretty good lately, but I'm feeling pretty good now. So, and I need to be, but I rested all day. The other day I've still got my $900 water bill. It's still leaking out here. They haven't been back to fix it. He said it'd be 1 or 2 days, and they said City Water and Light would probably prorate it for me or something, but uh, whatever that means. And then I've had to deal with the truck issues, of course. But I'm going to find somebody else to total that thing because it really should be totaled. I mean, over $14,000 worth of damage. But
Yeah.
oh yeah, thanks for showing up today, and
Well, thank you for having me.
and sharing, and yeah, we'll do it again. Do it again soon.
Okay, Rex.
Hopefully Saturday we'll have Vic on. I don't know. I play it by ear a lot around here. Hope you enjoyed this public domain discussion. But we'll talk about it some more, Eric. I don't think we've delved too deep into that or even Bill
No.
Black. So there's a
Yeah.
lot to talk about. So we'll have to do it again.
Okay, I appreciate it.
I appreciate it. And can you lead us out with what I say?
Whatever you do, keep collecting.
Bow. See ya.